YouTube, this is Vargas XX78, back again with another collection picker video. However, this time this is a comic book edition. I haven't done one of these in a while. The reason is because I haven't had a chance or the money to go to the comic shop. Unfortunately, in life you have a lot more priorities. My family first, then movies and comic books. Because of the exchange rate, it's kind of hard to actually save money to go pick up the comic books. The dollars, it's a lot more expensive to get dollars to buy comic books. However, I finally saved some money. Finally went to the U.S. with my wife and my kid, and I finally picked up comic books. Now, this is not all of the comic books. I don't know if you remember or if you saw the last video, I am shifting between DC and Marvel. When I go, I clear out all the Marvel stuff, and then I go the next time and clear up all the DC stuff. And that's what I did. I did clear out most of the DC stuff. There were some books that were $3.99, which I left behind, but I will have to go pick them up. So let's get started. First off, I got this free at the comic shop. It's a Marvel's preview sampler. Marvel's flat out copying DC, and they're going to bring back the numbering system just like DC did with Rebirth, which bugs me because in a year, I give it a year, Marvel's gonna drop the numbering again, and then they're going to release a brand new #1 for all their freaking series. It's the thing I hate about Marvel that honestly bugs me, that they keep releasing these #1s. Which is why I'm actually dumping a lot of Marvel. The only thing I'm picking up is X-Men and Wolverine and Spider-Man, and Star Wars, because I love Star Wars, and that's it. I dropped Avengers a while ago, and I'm not picking up any specials, and because I hate the comic book policies of Marvel. I love the characters. I love some storylines that they come up with, but then they do some really questionable things. But there's a lot of books coming out that look interesting, but again, I'm sticking only to what I get. Okay, so, like I said, picked up a bunch of DC, picked up Action Comics 979. I'm sticking with Action Comics because I like what's going on here. Cyborg Superman, Hank Henshaw returns, and he's forming a Superman Revenge Squad with the Eradicator. This new character, I think, is called Blank, Mongol, and Metallo. And they recruit General Zod with a special guest appearance by the Suicide Squad in issue 980. Then 981, Zod blinds Superman, and he's trying to do something in the Phantom Zone. Continues in 982. 983, the Superman family tries to help Superman. So you got the Superman from China, Supergirl, Steel. Everyone's trying to help out Superman. Then 984, you have the two teams clashing. And the end game to all of this is that Zod has released Ursa and their son. So now Zod is free with his wife and their kid. So that's going to come into play because, of course, Superman has a son now too. So yeah, this is pretty good. This is building up something really interesting. I'm really digging Action Comics and the writing of Dan Jurgens. So yeah, I'm sticking with Action. Picked up one of these dollar books, the True Believer Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. I already have a reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15, but this is as close as I'm ever going to get to Amazing Spider-Man #1. Which of course has Spider-Man going with the Fantastic Four, and then a story with the Chameleon. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, the original one, is worth a fortune. I've never actually read Amazing Spider-Man #1, so for $1, sign me up. This was expensive for no apparent reason. This was $9.99. It's $8 with my store discount, but this came out a couple of months ago, and I didn't pick it up because it's $8 freaking dollars. It's not even hardcover because Green Lantern did this. It cost $8, $7 with my discount, and it was a hard cover thing, which concluded Jeff Johns' run on Green Lantern. This is just feels like a special. It's not hardcover like that one was. Just feels like a regular comic book with a couple of extra stories. So yeah, I finally picked it up. But $10 for this, it's not even that thick. Seems like a ripoff, which is another thing I hate about Marvel. They overcharge for their books. Left Behind Batman 25, which starts the Jokes and Riddles storyline, which has one of the three Jokers facing the Riddler. Left that one behind because it's $3.99, and I went for all the $2.99 books and that $10 book. But this is an interesting storyline. It has, again, the Joker facing the Riddler. And this is issue 27. And I like the covers. The covers are pretty cool. Then DC is preparing their big event written by Snyder, which is called Metal. This is one of two prelude books. This is Dark Days, The Forge. It has, I know you won't be able to, because the glare of the comic bag is, but it has a foil cover, and then have Dark Days, the casting. This one has a better looking metal thing. Basically, what happens here is that Batman has one of the three Jokers, which is, I'm glad they're touching upon this, the Scott Snyder Joker, to figure out some quirk in the multiverse. Because apparently there's this dimension where the Justice League got a hold of Ninth Metal, and they were corrupted, and there's an evil Justice League that's going to fight the regular Justice League. So this is basically a holdover until the Watchmen thing actually starts kicking up. But reads very interesting. So yeah. Picked up Justice League 19, and Justice League 20, Justice League 21, Justice League 22, Justice League 23, Justice League 24 with Mara, and I left behind Justice League 25, which again was a $3.99 book. And Justice League has been hit or miss. The endless, timeless storyline wasn't that good. This one was pretty good with Mara, and I need to pick up 25, but it's been hit or miss. Justice League hasn't been that good. Superman 21, where this black goo thing is, abducting the Superman family. So we got 21, 22, 23, 24, and in between one of these, Lois Lane gets her leg chopped off, which I thought was really brutal. Actually, this whole comic book has had some really messed up moments, like when Jonathan accidentally kills his cat. Didn't pick up Justice League 25, but in this issue, the big bad guy is Manchester Black, which was a villain that Superman fought in the Elite, in the old pre-Flashpoint universe. So he's back, and he's trying to corrupt Jonathan. So I actually regret not picking up issue 25 now, because I need to know how that concludes. But it does conclude well, because they're still around in issue 26, which is standalone, and issue 27, where the Superman family go on a trip. So yeah, Superman. I'm digging Superman. I'm liking the team of Tomasi and Gleason, who worked on Batman and Robin too. Picked up Wonder Woman 21, Wonder Woman 22, Wonder Woman 23, Wonder Woman 24. Also left Wonder Woman 25. Because again, a $3.99 book, and I wanted to clear out all the $2.99 books, and 25 actually concludes Rucka's run on Wonder Woman. It finishes off the whole thing, and apparently Wonder Woman lost her golden lasso, because in issue 26, she's doing her own thing. A new creative team comes on board, and she doesn't have the golden perfect, her lasso of truth. So she's trying to deal with that. I don't like them messing with characters this way when they lose an important part. I mean, Wonder Woman is known because she's, you know, a very important character. But the other main thing about her is the lasso of truth. You know, she has lost it before, but she doesn't. It's like Captain America, who when he loses his shield, it's an iconic piece of the character. So when you lose that, it bugs me. And picked up issue 27. So yeah, it bugs me that they keep changing Wonder Woman up so much. I liked when Azarello made her daughter of Zeus, but then Ruka came in and he kind of toyed around with that, so that's now the default mode for Wonder Woman. But yeah, I'm seriously thinking about dropping Wonder Woman. I might give this new creative team one more book, and then I'll drop it for sure. But yeah, that was the comic book pickup video. I left behind the last 2 issues of Dark Knight Returns 3, and I left behind a bunch of Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff. But I'll pick them up next time I go, because, like I said, it gets really hard to. It's getting really hard to save the money to pick up my comic books, because again, the dollar exchange is what really hurts. And again, I have other priorities, family first, and then that comes first. Then I have some debts I have to pay and stuff like that. So yeah, I while out of all of my hobbies, comic books is my first love. Comic books, then movies, then video games, and then the other stuff. I do have to cut back, and I have cut back. I've cut back a lot compared to what I used to buy before and what I'm picking up now. It's not that much. It piles up because I don't go as often as I used to. But I definitely have cut back, and I still need to cut back a bit more. Either the dollar exchange goes down, or I sell some stuff to maintain the comic book thing. But I've mentioned this before. The one thing that's going to be hard to give up are comic books, because I love comic books, and they mean a lot to me. But yeah, that was the comic book pickup video. DC edition, mostly DC, like so, except for that one Spider-Man book that still bugs me. That was $10. It's totally not worth the $10, but it's Marvel. You know, that's the way they work. But yeah, I usually recommend, when I remember to do it, the standout Action Comics, the run on Action Comics and Superman have been really good. But definitely Batman. I always go back to Batman because he's my favorite DC character. And DC shows that they've maintained the quality of the Batman books. King has done some really good stories with Batman, but the Superman also good. After Comic-Con, they revealed some news with Superman and the Doomsday Watch. The Doomsday Clock. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, keep an eye out on Superman. And I'm hoping they improve Wonder Woman, because the Wonder Woman movie did a lot of bank, and it was a really good movie. So I hope that pushes Wonder Woman into the spotlight a lot more, and they actually give a damn about Wonder Woman, because it feels like they don't. It's Batman, then Superman, and then Wonder Woman, and even then they give more importance to like the Flash than Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is the third part of their trinity. It's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and I don't feel, for the most part, that they give her enough attention. So I hope that changes with the success of the Wonder Woman movie. But yeah, I don't want to make this a long video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this was Vargas from the Vargas Vault, thanking you all and signing out.